Today is the day that Forestry is released into old school RuneScape, and Jagex have partnered with me to take you through a first look at this huge woodcutting update. This is one of the biggest skilling expansions in old school RuneScape history. Forestry isn't limited to one area like other skilling minigames. In fact, it's not even a minigame. You can engage in forestry all over the map. There are lots of new activities, new rewards, and a whole new way to woodcut with a pivot towards a more social MMO experience. So grab your axes, chop chop! Because here comes the update. Here we go, Forestry has arrived. Now to engage in Forestry, get yourself down to Drainer Village and chat to the friendly forester. You can get yourself a Forestry kit for 120 GP, which you're going to need on you at all times to engage in Forestry. You can wear it, look at it. It's a nice little bag here, and inside you can store a bunch of goodies that help you with Forestry. Look at all the people, there's actually so many right now. It's worth saying that if you want to engage in woodcutting conventionally with no Forestry events, you don't have to bring this with you, and woodcutting is just as before. But with the Forestry kit, you have a chance to spawn a Forestry event. Oh my god, something's happening. The roots! We need to chop down the tree roots. Our first event. It literally took like no time at all. Oh, you've got to get on the glowing wands. That gives you more XP. Okay, someone has helped me out there. 123 XP. The glowing wands are the ones you want to go for. I've turned on Entity Hider so I can see the roots faster. Okay, here we go. Social woodcutting experience. There's just a few too many people right now because it's popping off. And that is the end of the Roots event. Now, what did I get from that? If I look in my bag, I got 125 anima infused bark. Now this is the currency I can use to sell in the store. It's definitely better XP than cutting a willow tree. So has woodcutting XP now increased? I think it probably has if you're just chilling and chopping. Wow, so you can actually scout on another world, see some roots, and then I can hop over and cut them. So when there are a lot of people doing this, maybe I can just constantly farm the forestry tree roots, which would be very good XP and good bark per hour. So in my forestry kit now, I've got 422 anima infused bark, and I've got myself a bunch of leaves from chopping the trees. Now I'm going to withdraw all the bark because that's the currency needed in this shop, and alongside 15 willow logs, I'm going to buy myself some powdered pollen. Now I have to come over to the beehives, and I think I just craft, and I should get 10 bees on a stick, which allows me to interact with a new forestry random event. In fact, everything in forestry other than the anima bark is tradable, so it has its own little economy. Let's see how much one of these sells for. 3k, so you can make money through forestry as well. Okay, everyone's on it now. Everyone is going after the green roots wherever they spawn. So they're over here. We all run over and we chop our special roots for bonus bark and more XP. Okay, here we go. The next random, I collect leaves and add the correct mulch to the tree. More droppings. No, the tree is full. What? I got 4k XP just for helping with that for like 2 seconds. Okay, chopping down the tree roots is definitely the most chill out of all of them. And I'm literally doing it on both my accounts right now. It's so fun. Okay, I found the ideal combination. So if you read in the chat box, you can work it out. It tells you if it likes a certain thing first or last. So bam, that's 100% and it's going to be the same combo. Now, I should tell my team about this, but I actually want more bark to myself, man. Snake SoloMission at it again, boys. And there we go. The tree is fully grown. I got 99 bark. So it's good to get the tree to grow fairly quickly. It's actually giving me insane XP. Once I get the right combo down, I am farming the XP. Plus, the bark is very nice. I'm going to get a big bonus here at the end as well. Oh, the bees have spawned. Ah, so once you find the correct bushes, you can just run between them. I see. And then you're helping pollinate them. Okay, nice. 70k XP. What? So much XP there for doing that. Okay. And the fourth and final forestry event is the woodcutting leprechaun that lets you bank your logs. You need to be wearing the lucky charm to spawn this guy, but kind of handy. And yeah, if you're a geek, you can 3-tick the rising roots. But the best way to enjoy forestry is as part of a group. I was on the official Forestry World 510, and I was in the Rising Roots clan chat. Everyone was woodcutting all over Sears and Camelot, and whenever an event spawned, everyone just sprinted there, got their bark, got out, and moved straight on to the next one. It's lots of bark per hour, it's really good XP per hour, and it's just so fun to be involved with what feels like a massive community event, but this will be ongoing, and it really hammers home the MMO experience of working together to reap the rewards of forestry. I'll speak later about some woodcutting updates which encourage cohesion amongst the community rather than going on your own solo mission. So my stock's going down, but I can't stress enough how much fun I've had today running around doing all these events with the boys and girls. The XP an hour purely from doing the events is also very good. It's hard to tell at this early stage, but I feel like I was getting nearly 80-90k XP an hour, and that is on par with the best XP per hour you could get without tick manipulating, so very, very good. Forestry has been booming on this world, and I'm now over 5,000 anima bark, and I'm going to use them in the shop. There's also a friendly forester here in Camelot as well, and I'm going to buy myself a log basket. It's 5,000, but I think it's going to be the most useful for my account. So I'm going to go ahead and buy one of those. It's like a fish barrel. So we'll test that out. Oh my god, you can wear it. That looks so cool. It's like a little backpack thing. So the log basket works like a fish barrel. When I cut logs, they're going to first fill up the log basket. Let me have a look. Come on, just chop the mahogany. There we go. I got a log and it goes in here. So I check the basket. I have 3 mahogany logs right now. Okay, there we go. Once my log basket is filled with 28, they start going into my regular inventory. But it means I can cut 2 inventories and then bank, which will be very useful for certain types of Iron Men, or I don't know. It's useful for a lot of things. The next cool thing to buy in the store is the ritual mulch. It's 150 infused bark and 10 maple. So if I buy one of those, I combine it with an Invanto and I will turn this into 40 nature offerings. Now these nature offerings mean that I have a 60 to 80% chance to cut double logs. So let's let it roll on these mahoganies. Do I get double logs? There we go, double logs. I can also now visit the friendly forester over here, and I'm going to buy myself a forestry top, which is all these logs plus the lumberjack top, and this is a cosmetic override. So I just made that to a forestry top. Let's buy the forestry legs. And let's buy the forestry helm as well. So this is just a lumberjack outfit reskinned. And I'm looking like an elf. There's been another huge change to woodcutting today, which is kind of loosely related to forestry. Historically, a tree would have a 1 in 8 chance to fall down every time someone cut a log. However, that is no longer the case. With today's update, trees won't fall for an average amount of time since a player first started chopping. So you're less likely to be in the situation where you swing once and insta-kill the tree. It should make woodcutting a lot more consistently AFK. Running the numbers, it seems that this change means that the life cycle for a tree now lasts a little bit longer on average and is potentially more consistent. Although it really depends on the variance baked into calculating these average tree standing times. In fact, this has an even bigger effect for the carpal tunnel tick manipulators among us. For example, the average lifespan for a teak tree when 2 ticking teaks pre-update would be around 13 seconds, so you could often end up in a situation like this where both teaks were dead. Post-update, the average life cycle for a teak tree is 30 seconds, and a teak tree has a 9-second respawn timer, so you'll rarely find yourself without a tree to cut, making these methods considerably easier and faster. Let me report my findings to you. I did 2 tick teaks for 10 minutes straight, and I was never left without a tree to cut. So these changes have been huge for this method. In fact, the XP an hour I tracked as 192k, and that's using a dragon axe, so technically it would be even higher with a crystal one. As for 1.5 tick teaks, these are actually operating exactly as they did pre-update. They're not affected by the new timer changes because they're farming patches. I'm told this is intentional, so we're not going to be seeing any crazy increases in XP rates to the absolute best method in the game here. I'm actually a massive fan of 2 tick teaks, so I'm glad that they've got better. So, cool update, although not necessarily related to forestry. Although it kind of is, because the main reason for this change is to promote the social experience of woodcutting. Think about it. Gone are the days of moaning and groaning when another player pulls up to your woodcutting spot, because now their presence has no impact on depleting the tree faster. In fact, after today's update, it's even better if somebody joins you, because for every extra player cutting a tree, you receive a +1 invisible woodcutting boost. And seeing as this can get as high as +10, it's really significant, especially at lower levels, because your chance to cut a log goes up linearly with your woodcutting level. Oh yeah, and if you haven't noticed, we're on the second channel today, so make sure you subscribe to this one. Remember, this is only one part of forestry and it's already holding its own. The second part will be released in a few months with more rewards like teas and two-handed axes, new activities including bonfires, and a lot more, subject to community feedback. But for now, get out there, make some friends, and enjoy a new twist on woodcutting with an old school feel. Chop chop.